What's up, everybody? Noah from Stage 3 Motorsports here today with my buddy Nick from MBRP.
Hey, everybody.
So Nick, we have got a lot of different exhaust tips laid out on the table here, and I'm hoping that you can kind of go through and break down some of the differences and what we can look for if we're shopping for an MBRP tip.
Absolutely. So what I love about exhaust is the only category that is both a performance product, right? It gives you more horsepower, better sound, sometimes better fuel economy, and an accessory. It makes your truck look better, different, helps you customize it to you and the look that you're really going for.
Yeah.
And tips are a big part of that. And matter of fact, we like to say, just try the tip, see how it feels. And over time, you'll really dial that truck in the way you want it to be. So we got lots and lots of tips, small tips, big tips, black tips, all manner of tip. And I'd like to break down what the differences are for you and your customers. Let's start with our most standard tip. This is our 4-inch to 5-inch. This is right, these three over here are really common. This right here is our T5051, and it comes in most of our systems. It's a rolled edge, simple tip with our logo embossed on the side. And it comes out as polished 304 stainless steel, so a magnet won't stick to it, it'll never rust. But over time, it can change color through a process called bluing. If you've ever seen a Harley Davidson over time, as the exhaust gets hotter, the steel gets hotter, it'll change color. Now, you can always polish it back to its original color. It goes a little yellow or gold, and then ultimately blue. But if you buy a dual wall tip, like this one, you can avoid that because there's a layer, insulation layer, basically between the hottest part and the exterior. So this is a step up, our T5053. Both of these are a slash cut, you can see by the angle, but you may want a flat cut. So the T5050, same size, same exterior, but it's a flush cut. So those are three different ways you can dial in the look of your truck. Most 304 systems come with the dual wall tip as a premium feature.
Okay.
Here's the T5051 in black. So this comes with a high heat ceramic coating, and you can dial it in to match the wheels or the grille and different parts of your car if you've done different door handles, things like that. You can also go up a little bit bigger if you want to say, hey, I've got a bigger tip. This is a 4-inch inlet, 6-inch outlet. So, you can see side by side. Clearly another inch of tip right there, 6 inches.
You can go much bigger.
Yes, this is the 8-inch tip. I think a lot of guys have been saying they've had an 8-inch tip for many years, but this is what it actually looks like.
Yeah, you guys are the judge of that.
Yeah, everyone can work that out amongst themselves. We've also got some real specialty tip items, and that is actually one of them I was going to get to. These are hexagonal items. You can see that this is the plain straight through. This one is riveted, actually, with a piece of polished 304 on the other side. So it's mirrored. Very fun. This is a turn down. So guys, older trucks making big horsepower. Have you ever heard of the term rolling coal?
Oh, yeah.
For competitive purposes, sometimes you either have to point it up or down to the track to keep from smoking out your competitor. That's really where this came along from. It's a directional push. You don't get much of that anymore. Now the trucks run a lot cleaner, but there's still guys that like that
style.
Look. Exactly.
Yeah.
Then we go to our extra long tip. So, an Super Duty F250 is a big, big truck. You put 40-inch tires on it. All of a sudden, this tip looks really small. So we made some really larger tip options like these two over here. The 8-inch tip, which is, it's a certain kind of look for this one.
Definitely a unique style for a unique sort of build.
It makes a nice hat. I think it'll look good on you.
Yeah.
Look at that. Man, that's
It's a good fit, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of a dunce cap, I suppose. But yeah, we've got all of these available to you through Stage 3. And every one gives a slightly different look to your truck and helps you really dial that build in to your bespoke look.
So for a lot of guys new to the exhaust world and the performance world, they don't necessarily know exactly what a tip might do. Does a tip actually provide any sound for the exhaust, or is it strictly just a style element?
It is strictly a style element. All of the resonance tuning, which is what we talk about, and the word of art for affecting sound, comes north of that in the exhaust system with a combination of mufflers and resonators. And a resonator is just a small muffler with an R in front of it. By the time you get back here, it sounds how it sounds. So it's really just about the affectation, the look you're going for, whether or not you worry about bluing for the dual wall and things like that.
Well, that basically wraps up a breakdown of all of MBRP's tips and basically all the info you could ever need to know to get a tip that fits for your vehicle. So thank you, Nick, for coming in and kind of walking us through it. And we'll see you guys next time.